everybody, welcome back to the Miniac, and in today's video we are going to be doing something very different. We are installing camber plates on my JCW. I got these from Vorshlag by way of outmotoring.com. They are sponsoring this video today, so they supplied the part and we're going to get them installed. So I'm going to try to do as much as I can to get some decent footage, but I also want to make sure I stay out of the way of the technician because I don't want to bug him while he's doing this work. So what we're going to do here is Chris is going to lower the spring perch down so it takes a little bit of tension off the springs, making it a lot easier to unbolt these struts from up here. So I'm going to let him get to that and we should be heading in the right direction. But he did put a little PB blaster on the sway bar end links so that those would loosen up. Those got really rusty. Okay, I just talked with the technician. What he's trying to do, he lowered the collars on the springs to take some tension off of these so that he could drop the strut. So he's gonna come up from this end and unbolt the strut and take it off of the top hat. And hopefully that will be easier than taking the whole thing as one unit. So it looks like all we have to do, you pulled that out completely.
Yep, just gotta make sure we got both sides loosened.
Yep, so we can actually get the top hats out without taking the struts completely out of the car. That's nice. What's that gasket for though? That just
I think it's just to keep the metal from rubbing against the metal.
So
make noise maybe.
Probably couldn't hurt to transfer that over maybe?
Probably not.
If it'll fit.
You might have to trim that a little bit. But...
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, that might be useful. So this is factory one. Any damage you could see on it, maybe? Wear?
You feel a little bit of notchiness in the bearing when you do this.
Okay.
So definitely needed to be replaced. That could have been causing a little bit of noise, maybe.
Perhaps, yeah. The good news is these suckers are really cheap. But what I love about it, and this is a BMW thing, is BMW, when they engineered these, they finally solved the problem that plagued first and second gen Minis with the strut mounts tearing constantly, because now the spring rested on this.
I definitely like that that's got bearing in it.
This was so much better when they did that. It just made such a big difference. So, but now we're taking them out, we're putting those in. So what you can see here, now that we have both side by side, is they're fairly similar in height, and Vorshlag said they did this so that there would be no increase in ride height, because some camber plates do raise the ride height of your car, and then you have to lower the rear or the front end to correct for it. But these are pretty much the right height. And there was a piece of material that was meant to kind of isolate the metal from the strut towers, so we've modified the ones that came off the old mounts to fit in the car, so it should be an easy-ish install. Okay, so we're going to show this to you guys. This is the stock bolt, and this is a nut that's part of the camber plates. They're 13 millimeter, so despite appearances, it is the same size hardware. It just looks smaller, but we did check, and if you stack them up, they do match. So there you go. So there you have it. Top hat bolted down. Chris is working on the other side here. Yep. And he's going to make sure the other side is installed before we go to button everything up, because you don't want to do that. But look at that. First time my car has ever had camber plates in it. All right, well, the plates are in. We got to get an alignment done. The wheels are back on. Chris is working on some stuff at the back that we need to do before we do the alignment, because we're gonna have it corner balanced, which will be pretty cool. But everything went pretty smoothly. There were a few little concerns I had. I called Vorshlag and asked them about them. They said it's pretty normal stuff and to not worry about it too much. Basically, I was concerned the spring was a little loose in here, but the car is also sitting off the ground, so that's partly the problem. So, shouldn't be a major issue. All right then, so we finished up everything on the car. It's obviously another day because I'm not wearing what I was wearing when we were doing the install, but I thought I'd show you what we did. So here's the car with my changes. Now, it may not be as noticeable at the moment until you get a little bit closer to the front, and now you can see there is some camber there on that side and on this side. Now, what we did is we installed Vorshlag Camber Plates. There you go. Driver's side, passenger side. So what we gave the car is about 1.5 degrees of camber on the front, and I think it's about 1.7 on the rear. But we also went a step further and did something else. We corner balanced this car, or I should say Colin corner balanced this car, and it's something that he's very good at, which is why it takes so long for him to do it, which is why I didn't show it on video, because I'd like to leave a little bit of the mystery when it comes to doing work on these cars. And I also know that Colin doesn't like to be videotaped while he's working on cars. So it kind of helped that I didn't do that. But you can see the car looks really, really good now. Nicely balanced. I mean, literally nicely balanced. It drives beautifully. So the funny thing about corner balancing a car is it may make the exterior look a little funny when it is parked, and it does look a little off to me, but when you drive it, it's incredible. It really drives well. Now, the weird thing about it, and I didn't know this, is that the car's weight carries most of its weight. Well, obviously the majority is carried over the driver's side front wheel. But weirdly, when you sit in the car, the rest of that heavy weight is carried over this wheel. Not sure why, but it's just the way the cars are designed. So I watched Colin work on this car while he was corner balancing and everything, and he was back here realigning everything. I saw him tapping the trailing arms to get them into a certain spec. He literally went around this whole car and did everything. And the result was the car drives beautifully, it handles beautifully. I was concerned that I was going to notice lots of creaking and squeaking and clacking from the camber plates, because I was told that's what camber plates do. Turns out you don't notice anything at all, really. You might hear a click every once in a while, but nothing serious enough to make you go, oh, that's not good. So those of you with OCD like myself may notice that while this side is pretty much evenly in the middle, if you come over to this side, the driver's side one is actually in further. And this has to do with the fact that the car was corner balanced, so it's not going to be perfectly symmetrical. If you want perfectly symmetrical when the car is parked, you align it differently. If you want it to be perfectly balanced when you're driving the car, you do that. So when I'm in the car, this car will sit perfectly level, and I have noticed that while I was driving it, the car does sit perfectly level. The overall look is really, really cool. I like it. I think it has the look we were going for. And this also now clears up an issue with the wheel arch, because now I'm not shaving wheel arch whenever I drive the car, which is nice. I like that because this drove me nuts when I would get this thing shredded every time I rounded a corner. So now I don't have to worry about that. And there you have it. So what else is planned for this car? Well, right now it's filthy, so it needs a bath. But I don't really have anything else planned for it at the moment. I might make some tweaks here and there down the road, but I think right now we're in a pretty good spot with this car. But there you have it. This is my JCW at 106,000 miles, and we've had quite a bit done to the car. But I think overall, it ended up being a perfect vehicle. I'm curious to see what else I could possibly do to this. I have more ideas. We might make some more changes here and there. I love the camber plates there, so I want to thank Out Motoring again for hooking me up with those. And if you really want them, I highly recommend it. And the cool thing is they are modifiable. So if you decide you want to do something different with your suspension down the road, you can actually change out the bottom pieces and put in different stuff for whatever springs or coilovers you're going to install. So right now it's for JCW Pro or OEM factory springs. If you're going to put in a certain type of lowering spring or even KWs, you can modify these parts to accept that. And the install on these was actually really easy too. It was really, really quick. He didn't have to take the struts completely out of the car like I thought we were going to have to do. He actually was able just to drop them just enough to do this. Now, if you have regular springs in the car, you're probably going to have to remove the struts from the car. We didn't have to worry about that. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, check out more content on this channel at the end of this video. I want to thank the technicians at Blue Label Racing again for helping me get my car where I wanted it. I will catch you all in the next video.